This is Andrew Watson from Glasgow in Scotland. From the outside, he seems ordinary. However, he holds a very dark secret. In November 2014, in Peterborough, Ontario, a lady called Lese Fredette was declared missing after she didn't show up to work at Walmart. Her keys and glasses were found around her car, and investigators found signs of a struggle in her driveway. Watson very quickly became a suspect after police traced her final movements. They were in a relationship together in the past, and court records showed that Andrew tried to insert himself into her life, even after he was told to stop. Fredette's blood was found on his shovel and on his vehicle's exhaust. Her body was never found despite extensive searching. Prosecutors argued during the trial that he was driven by obsession and control. In the interrogation, it might not seem like it, but evidence showed otherwise.
You're in here with me for a bit. We've got some things to talk about, so you can put your shoes on, get comfortable, probably keep your feet warmer.
I can't go over that cell.
What's that?
I can't go over those cells.
No?
Can you believe?
They're not,
I cannot believe it, I'm telling you. Oh,
Here's your food.
thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. There's, you said cream with your coffee.
Yeah.
You can add it. I didn't know if you wanted one or two. Help yourself. Couple of housekeeping details. You eat, do your thing, okay? There's a couple of things I want to explain to you so you understand. Everything you and I do, everything we say in this room, back in this cell block area, is all recorded. Okay?
You mean there's a tape recorder somewhere?
Yep, it's all being recorded, video and audio. Okay, so you can hear us and see us. Okay? So you're going to notice, Sandy, with me today, like I don't sit and I don't write things down. It doesn't work that way. Okay? Because, well, the way policing is now, you record everything. And it's for your protection, it's also for my protection. Okay? Nobody can ever say down the road, Andy said this when he didn't, or Scott said this when he didn't. You know, we live in a world now where it's like, no, we can just press play and you can listen to what I said, okay? So I just wanted to let you know that that's happening, okay? And just, you know, I'm sure you're not surprised by that. If you go anywhere these days, drive to a bank, drive to a coffee shop, drive to a grocery store, they're taking our picture. That's the world we live in, okay? Well, that's no different than law enforcement. That's how we do things now. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. I'm just going to turn this fan on this heater down a little bit. Are you warm enough?
I'm okay.
Okay. I'm going to turn it off for now a little bit. If you aren't warm enough, you let me know and I'll turn it back on, okay? Did you have breakfast this morning? What time did you eat?
I don't eat a lot. I'm not a big eater.
Just kind of small meals throughout the day?
Well, that's what I'm supposed to do because I'm diabetic, but I don't do it because I can't be bothered washing up dishes all day.
Gotcha. Okay. But you gotta eat. If you're diabetic, you've got special dietary restrictions?
Oh, I had some cereal and banana and an English muffin for my breakfast.
Good. Okay. Well, that's good.
And a pot of tea. I like tea.
You like tea?
I drink a lot of tea.
Yeah. Okay. And obviously coffee too. Or you just every once in a while?
I drink tea at breakfast.
If you need more, you could use those booty things if you want to wipe your hands
okay.
too.
That's okay. I'm married. I will.
I can get you a list. I got no issue with that. I'll answer your questions about why searches take the length of time that they do. Absolutely. What other questions you got for me?
That's all really. I couldn't see why it took so long. And I couldn't see why I can't get a list.
You'll get a list.
I don't even know why they arrested me.
I'm going to explain all that to you. You'll know clearly.
Because I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You could let me stay at home where at least I'd be comfortable and I wouldn't be causing you any trouble or expense. And any time you want me, you just come and get me. I'd be right there, shouldn't we?
Right, but that's what happened today. They came and got you. Right? See, there's a process we have to follow.
Mm-hmm.
So the way it works when you ask about arrest and things like that, and I don't want you to say anything. I just want you to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You understand that you're under arrest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What did the officers tell you that you're under arrest for when they went and arrested you today?
Murder in the first degree and criminal harassment.
Okay, exactly. And that's my understanding too, right? So you know that you're under arrest for murder in the first degree and criminal harassment. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking right now about the disappearance and murder of Lese Fredette.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't need you to say anything other than just, it's been explained to you that she's the person who's missing. You're aware of this through the course of this investigation. Okay? And this is the way we look at it from the OPP perspective, okay, Andy? I'll get into it in a little bit more detail in a second here, but you're under arrest for that. They told you that today. They also, when they arrested you, they would have told you your rights. They would have read your rights to you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. And it's my understanding as well that you also spoke to a lawyer today.
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you and the lawyer talked about. You did speak to a lawyer. Is that accurate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are you satisfied with the advice you received from that lawyer? You don't need to tell me what that person told you. I'm just asking
Yeah,
you.
I'm satisfied.
Okay, and you understood what they told you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you want to, these are serious allegations because the allegations are murder in the first degree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So, other than treason to the Queen, it doesn't get much higher than that in the criminal code when we talk about offenses against another person. Okay? That's an arrestable offense. And we as officers have an obligation when it comes to certain types of offenses, okay, where we don't have discretion to just leave somebody at home, come and deal with them when we need to. We need to arrest, process that individual, and then put them before the courts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the courts that then decide on continued detention or whether or not they get released back into the community while these allegations are resolved. Does that make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's why you were arrested. That's why we can't just leave you at home. Okay? I'm not suggesting for one moment that you're planning on going anywhere or that you want to cause problems to anybody, but that's the way the law is written and that's the way the law works. Okay? So what'll happen from this process on is that you will eventually end up before the courts. Okay?
When I was being...
Yes, that's at the court. I just want to be very clear with you on that that's at the court setting. There won't be a lawyer here at the police station. Okay? I just want to be clear on that, okay? So do you understand what your rights are? What I explained to you about the lawyers?
Yeah, I think so.
You're satisfied you had an opportunity to speak to the lawyer you wanted to? Is there anybody else you want to talk to?
No.
One of the strange things about this case is that no body was ever recovered. There was no crime scene. All the evidence they had was circumstantial, such as blood traces, movement patterns, and Watson's behavior.
Okay. The other thing I want to explain to you is, and I know you've already had this explained to you, but you're under no obligation to speak to me here today. You don't have to say anything if you don't want to. Okay? So I don't want you to feel obliged. I don't want you to feel compelled to say anything to me here today unless you want to, okay? But just remember, whatever we do talk about is being recorded and could be used as evidence in court, okay? The other thing is, I know that you've spoken to other police officers in relation to this investigation before you've met me here today. Is that accurate? Okay. As a result of that, okay, and this is very important, I don't want you to feel compelled. I don't want you to feel obliged in any way, okay, that you have to repeat anything to me here today that you may have already told another police officer, okay? You're under no obligation, you're not obliged, you're not compelled in any way to repeat any of your previous conversations with any other officers to me here today, okay? But again, just remember that whatever we do talk about could be used in evidence, okay? Who ultimately decides whether something can be used in evidence in court or not? Do you know?
I guess the judge.
Absolutely. And you know what? I ask that question of everybody because I want people to have an understanding that it's not up to me. It's not up to lawyers. It's up to the judge. And a judge ultimately decides if something is allowed to be used in court. And that's why I always use the word allowed, because just because people talk to me doesn't mean it's allowed to be in court. The ultimate decision rests with the judge. Make sense to you? Okay.
But the judge might not think about that if the defense attorney doesn't pose an objection.
Well, here's the thing about defense attorneys. They have to listen to you because they represent you. They work for you.
But they might not be bright enough to know when to object.
Well, then if you're bright enough, you tell them when to object.
The judge may be asleep, who knows?
But you have to understand, as this process unfolds, Andy, defense lawyers work for you. It's your job to make sure that they're doing what you want them to do. They are there to provide you with good advice, sound advice. They are your legal barometer. However, you're allowed to make up your own mind. You're a smart man, so if you don't think they're doing something that you want them to do, then you need to tell them that. Okay? That's down the road where that's a process down the road. But don't ever forget that they're there for you. They work for you. Okay? And they're there to guide you. Lawyers are very smart people, so are judges. You have to remember, judges were once lawyers. Right? But by and large, they have to remember that they're representing you. They have your best interest at heart. But they have to listen to you as well, because they're there to represent you. Period. Make sense? Okay. Any confusion about anything that I've explained to you here so far?
No.
Any questions on any of that?
The only question I have is why it took over a week to search my house and over a week to search my car. That does not make any sense at all to me.
Okay. I will answer your question. Okay.
And why I didn't get a list of things taken.
Okay. Well, the list of things, there's no obligation on the police to hand you something like that. That comes out through what's known as court disclosure. So when the police put together their Crown brief and present it to the courts to say, here's the allegations and this is why we think this person committed this offense, that's called disclosure. And disclosure comes to you and your lawyer. And in that disclosure will then be a list of everything that was taken, everything that was seized. So there's no obligation on the police to hand you a list ahead of time.
I was told that there was.
Okay. If I can ask, who told you that?
But one of the policemen I was speaking to.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, Andy. I personally don't have a problem getting you a list because there's no issue with it. It's your house. You should already know what's missing. And if there's certain things that you're not sure, we'll tell you.
You should see the mess. I couldn't tell you what's missing or what's not missing.
Okay.
Everything's just a mess.
Andy, I'll get you a list. That's how insignificant it is to me. I'll get you a list. There's no secrets here because you know what? It's your property. It's things that belong to you. Why would I not tell you? So I don't have a problem with that. Why does it take so long to do your car? Well, here's the thing. We still have your car. Okay? Forensic examinations, which is what's happening with your car, take time. And here's the reason why it takes time. This is one investigation that's happening in the entire province. On any given time, unfortunately, there are many serious investigations that are happening all over this province every day. When people seize things that they want to have forensically examined, traditionally, all of our exhibits go to what we refer to as the Center of Forensic Sciences. You've heard of that place?
Is that in London?
No, it's in Toronto. There's one in Toronto and there's also one in Sault Ste. Marie. Okay? But the biggest one is in Toronto. Okay? That's traditionally where police, law enforcement send their exhibits for forensic examinations. Okay? They are busy. Period. So what happens is, and I know this doesn't sound fair, but what happens is, we are one case at this day, at this time, that sends down a car and says, we want to have it forensically examined. They have cars lined up, they have exhibits lined up, they have everything lined up, and they have to prioritize them and get to them when they can.
So are you saying my car was taken to Toronto?
I believe that's where your car went to, yeah.
You're kidding?
No. We didn't drive it. Don't worry, nobody drove your car to Toronto. We tow it, put it in a nice big enclosed truck and take it down, protect it, but that's where the scientific work has to happen. The scientists then go through the car. And here's the thing, once they start looking at your car, it takes a long time sometimes, because it's not just walk into a room. We're talking about, special scientific procedures that have to take place, that things that aren't visible to the naked eye. Special procedures that take place to make exhibits become visible, to be revealed. Then further processes to work up those exhibits to figure out what they are. We're looking for everything from hair and fibers to DNA, everything, right? That takes time. You figure the size of the inside of a car, the size of the outside of a car. We will look for exhibits. We will look for things as small as that little piece of lettuce and sesame seed on the table, and we will work up a DNA profile from that, okay? And you think of the size of that and put that in context with the entire vehicle, that's why it takes a long time to go through your vehicle.
So you don't know at the moment what stage in the process my car is in?
I know they've started to look at it. I know they're not done.
Have you any idea when they will be? Or when the car will come back?
No. I don't today, no. As I sit here today, I don't know when that car will be done. Okay? But when it's done, when the police no longer need it, and it's no longer of any evidentiary value, like we no longer need to hold on to it to process it, it will be returned. And it will be returned in the same condition with which it was taken. And if you have a problem with that, and there's something different about that, then you call me. Does that sound fair?
I still think you could let me go home where I would at least be comfortable. I'm not going to go anywhere or do anything bad or anything like that.
Andy, I totally understand what you're saying.
I'm a very, very simple person. I lead a very simple life. I live alone. I have no TV, no computer, no telephone, none of that stuff. I just have books. I read constantly.
What do you read?
Everything. Mostly true stories rather than fiction. I don't read much fiction.
I like true stories in like sports movies and sports books and like things like that. What's your passion? What do you like?
Maybe 16 or something houses.
Okay.
On that street, there's one.
By the time Watson was questioned, the police had already checked his alibi. There were already small details that didn't line up, and the more he explained them, the more he exposed himself.
2, 3, 4. There's about 8 elderly people who live alone.
Just on your street? And do you know them all?
No, well, no, not well. But I often think to myself, here you've got 8 people getting in their car, going to the grocery store, buying groceries, going home, fixing a meal, in 8 houses. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was some way we could get these 8 people to join forces and make one meal for the 8 of them? And buy one groceries for the 8 of them and do something kind of like a commune. But of course people keep to themselves. They wouldn't want to get interested in that. But I often think that would be an interesting thing.
Well, and the other part with I agree with you. It's just, you probably like certain foods and other people may not like them. And
yeah.
You know how it goes,
That
right?
would be a problem.
But it's smart thinking, absolutely. Maybe you could start up a little business, get everybody going, right? No. Yeah. Are they older than you? Younger than you?
I honestly don't. Well, the lady next door is definitely younger than me. The lady next to her, she's probably about my age. There's a lady across the street, she's probably about my age. There's an old guy, Al Neeson or something his name is, and he's probably my age. There's Grace up at the corner, she's probably my age. So, apart from the woman next door, who I think, I would guess, is about 55. Apart from her, all these other people are about my age.
Okay.
I would guess.
Yeah. Oh, well. You almost need a one central food service shopping and then kind of divide up the common things that you all use, right? Like you and Lise used to do.
Yeah.
You and two other neighbors could share a head of lettuce or a stalk of celery or something. But how long were you and Lise together overall?
From the fall of 2011 until the 20th of April to 2014.
So from the fall of 2011 till April the 20th, you said, 2014? So 3-ish years?
The reason I'm so sure about the date we split up is it's my birthday.
The 20th of April.
Yeah.
And that's the breakup day.
Yeah.
That's not fun.
You know why we broke up?
No.
Because I was wearing jeans.
You broke up because you were wearing jeans?
Yeah.
You got to explain that one to me.
Well, I was to go to her place. We were going to go out for supper with our family.
Right.
And when I went, I was wearing jeans. And she said she didn't want me to wear jeans, she wanted me to wear pants. And this, I couldn't understand this, because she always wanted me to be dressed up like a tailor's dummy, you know, the suit, the dress shirt, and the tie, and just like you, exactly like you. That's
You calling me a tailor's dummy? It's okay.
But anyway, what got me was that when we went out as a family, the family never wore any suits or ties or shirts or anything else. The family all wore standard Peterborough dress, which is t-shirts and jeans.
Right.
So I had these jeans on, and they were perfectly nice jeans. They weren't scruffy, ragged, and they were almost new.
Yeah.
Perfect condition. And I had a brand new t-shirt on, perfect condition, perfectly clean. And so I thought I was presentable, and I thought I was dressed as well as her son and her son-in-law and her grandkids, because they were all in jeans and t-shirts. So I didn't think it was a problem, but she got real mad about that.
And that's why you broke up?
Mm.
Where did you go that day? Like,
I went home.
No, but you said everybody else was wearing jeans and a t-shirt. You were wearing jeans and a t-shirt. So where did everybody go? Was it a party for you? Because it's your birthday.
It wasn't just my birthday.
Oh, okay.
I think it was her son's birthday. I'm not sure, but it wasn't just for me.
Right.
No. You see, the thing is, every 3 or 4 weeks, Lise seemed to have some sort of compulsion to have a fight. Now, we had no serious problems
Right.
to have a fight about. She was comfortably off, I'm comfortably off. She owned her own home, all paid for. I owned my own home, all paid for. She owned her car, paid for. I owned my car, paid for. No religious problems. She wasn't religious, I wasn't religious. No political problems. She wasn't a political person, I'm not a political person. No family problems, because I have no family at all. So she didn't have to worry about me paying alimony or child support or anything else like that.
Right.
I had absolutely no family problems. And her family seemed to like me, and I certainly got on well with all her family. Didn't have any problems at all with her family. So we had no family problems.
Right.
So as far as I was concerned, there was not a serious problem between us at all. Because of this, and this compulsion to fight, she would have to dream up the most stupid, trivial junk you can imagine to have a fight. Now, in the early days when she started this, I would argue with her. But very soon realised that it was a waste of time arguing with her because she just would not listen.
Right.
So what I did was, when I saw this fight coming, and I could see it coming, after I'd been with her so long, I could see this coming, and I knew it was coming.
Right.
So what I did, I would just go home.
Okay.
And I don't think she liked that, because then she'd nobody to fight with. Anyway, I used to just leave the house and go home. So, you wouldn't believe these things you start fighting about. You would not believe it. Anyway, this day I'm talking about, 20th of April, she was annoyed because I was wearing jeans. So, I saw it coming, and I just got up and I left. And I was getting in my car, and I had my bum on the seat and my right foot on the floor, but my left foot was still outside the car. And she came out storming out after me, and she grabbed the car door and started banging the car door to try and break my leg between the car frame and the door.
Yeah.
So anyway, eventually I was able to keep the door from banging my leg, and I told her just to go in and leave me alone, and she went inside and I went home. And that is why we broke up, because
was the end.
I was wearing jeans.
What?
Other things.
Yeah. What other things?
One time, she had a china teapot and I used to make tea. And one time I was washing the teapot and I got a little chip in it. A tiny little chip like that. That had no bearing on the teapot or how it worked or if it didn't work or how it poured or anything. It had no bearing at all on the functioning of this teapot. Oh God, you'd think I had demolished her house. The nonsense, the fighting, the terrible temper.
Yeah.
And always violence with the temper. You know, I got
Did you
out,
say violence with the temper?
yeah,
Okay.
it got out of hand.
What would she do?
Oh, well, I tried to break my leg with the car door.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another time I had this big carton of milk, the big, I think it's 2 litres, I'm not sure, it's a big one. And it was full, but it had been opened. And another time she threw that at me, and oh. That'll give you an idea how, when she got into this temper, she seemed to lose it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
For example, if it was me, I would say to myself, do I want to throw this carton of milk at her and have milk all over the bloody place that I'm going to have to clean up? I don't think so. She didn't think like that.
Right.
She would just let fly. She didn't give a shit what happened. It was like she was out of it,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
And then would she come back into it? Like, would she?
I always did. I took off.
Oh, okay.
But you know, it's the simplest things. If I put a plate in the dishwasher the wrong way, now I have never in my life had a dishwasher. I don't know dishwashers from a hole in the ground. I know nothing about dishwashers.
Right.
If I put a plate in the dishwasher the wrong way, oh my God, you'd think I'd done murder or something. And it's because we didn't have a serious problem at all.
Right.
that she had to pick on these really stupid things that she wanted to have a fight.
Why do you think she wanted to have a fight with
I
you?
don't know. It seemed to be some sort of compulsion.
Okay.
Everything could be going along just beautiful. She's happy, I'm happy, we're madly in love, da-da-da-da-da-da. But 3 or 4 weeks, boom. And then after that's finished, we're back in love with her. She's happy, I'm happy, she's happy.
Really, eh?
For 3 or 4 weeks, then boom.
And whenever the fights would happen and you would leave, who would make up?
That was a problem.
Was it?
That's why she went to these other guys.
Tell me about that. Why'd she go to these other guys?
You need to ask her that, but here's a woman who told me she loved me. I was the greatest thing in sliced bread. Oh boy, I was a keeper. We were going to spend the rest of our life together. And then we'd have a fight and I'd go home. And both of us, I think, were probably too stubborn and too pig-headed and too proud to make amends, which is what we should have done.
Right.
Anyway, in no time at all, after I'd gone home and we'd split up, she had another boyfriend.
Okay.
That relationship with him friendly. Do you think I could have another cigarette?
Want another smoke?
If you don't mind?
No.
I have my own cigarettes, you know, but they won't let me have them.
It's all good. Gotcha.
You don't smoke.
Haven't smoked in a while. Gave it up. I can sit here now and it doesn't even bother me. Like I don't have the desire for it.
How did you do that? Did you do any special sort of thing? Did you get hypnotized or something?
No, I just decided, you know what, when I had kids, I just decided that's not really what I want them to see.
Yeah.
And it was just more, you know what, I just don't need to do this anymore. And I just went cold turkey. And that was it. And it wasn't, you know, not easy, not fun.
No.
But I'm glad I did it. And now I'm at a point where I can be around it, I can sit with people, and I don't have any desire. Like, I'm good.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so.
Because I quit smoking once long ago. And I quit for about 2 years, I think. And I went home to Scotland for vacation. And it was New Year's. And New Year's in Scotland is something else again. It's nothing like New Year's in Canada.
Right.
Everybody's partying and drinking and going crazy. And somebody said to me, oh, I'll just have a cigarette, you know, 1 cigarette on what do you. So I took a cigarette and that was me right back.
Yeah,
Smoking.
it happens.
But you know what really bothered me? When I stopped smoking, I never lost the desire. For the whole 2 years, I wanted to smoke.
Oh, really, eh? You still had the
Constantly,
craving?
every day.
Yeah.
And that made it really difficult.
See, I lost the craving, and some people associate it with, like, if they have a coffee or a tea, they want. Sometimes it becomes habit forming, right?
Yeah.
And I just, yeah, I don't really have any special recipe how I did it. I just did it, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, when I quit smoking, I quit cold turkey. I just gave it up. And I think I could have been successful if it hadn't been for this constant longing.
Yeah.
Every day, longing to have a cigarette. It just wouldn't go away.
There's worse things you could be doing. Right?
Well, I've been smoking since I was 10 years old. And I'm in reasonable shape.
66 years of smoking. So there you go, roughly. Well, take away the 2 years
Yeah.
you quit, so we're down to 64.
Yeah.
It may seem like they are getting along, however, this is a strategic decision by the detective. This is done deliberately to build rapport and trust with Watson. He notices that they have now spent a lot of time talking about mundane topics, so he redirects the conversation to why they are there.
When, you know, this investigation's, you know, it's ongoing and that, but when is the last time that you saw Lise? When's the last time you would have seen her?
The Saturday before she disappeared.
So okay, so
You see, they've taken my calendar. If I had my calendar, I would be able to.
Let's see if I can assist you with something here. I don't have your calendar. That's not what I'm looking for.
Well,
But
any calendar would do.
that's what I'm just looking for you. Okay.
We could even work back from today.
Well, I have a calendar here, so let me find it.
Well, what,
You and
this
I.
is, you said this is the 22nd.
It is all day.
So 7 from 22 is the 15th. The last time I saw Lese Fredette was Saturday the 15th. If you've got a calendar there, you can check that.
I'm going to check that for you right now.
Well, we were not talking to each other or dancing. I didn't, because she said the police on me a second time.
Right.
Have you spoken to Ian Maxwell?
There we go. So that's a calendar for November
Yeah.
2014. Okay, so that's this year.
So the last time I saw
So
these,
we're here on the 22nd.
yeah, the last time I saw these was last Saturday.
Okay. Are you sure?
Sure, I'm sure. But, as I said, we did not speak to each other or dance with each other or even look at each other because, have you spoken to Ian Maxwell?
I haven't, no.
Oh, he's the policeman that came to see me a couple of times.
Okay.
And the second time he came, he made it absolutely clear I had nothing whatsoever to do with it. So I took his words to heart and I never even looked at them.
You never looked at what?
Ben or Lese.
Oh, sorry, because he's the one that came and spoke to you and said, after the letters, is that what you're talking about? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. You can speak, it might help you to speak to him.
Well, I just want to...
He's a very nice chap.
Yeah, he's with the Peterborough service here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you spoken to Dave Clark?
I just got here today.
Oh, I ran the first person you've spoken to.
You're the guy.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to ask you, why, how are you so sure that's the last time you saw him? And I'm just wondering in your mind, why you think it was that day.
because I saw her every Saturday. We both went to the dance every Saturday.
She went missing on the 12th. Her bank, she hasn't shown up for work.
Mm-hmm.
That's like somebody just dropped off the face of the earth. And we all know people don't do that. We are creatures of habit. We have our routines, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you say to me, how do we know some of these things and how can I draw the conclusion that I believe, something bad has happened to her, I want you to look at that picture, okay? Now, first of all, I'll start with this one. Where is that?
That's her driveway.
Exactly. Okay. And whose car is that?
That's her car.
Right.
That's a new one. Pretty new.
Yeah, it looks fairly new, right? But here's the thing. So
You
when
know she paid about 43,000 for that?
43,000 for that car.
Yeah. It's got all the bells and whistles.
Is that the one you drove to Quebec?
Oh, no.
No. That's
Well,
a nice car.
she had an old Camry,
Yeah.
but it was in really good shape.
That's a nice car.
But she had an accident with the Camry and it was a write-off.
Oh, okay.
So she got this one.
Well, that is a nice car, I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the things I want you to notice there, and I'm just telling you things that I know from my observations now as we're investigating this, right? See that right there?
Yeah.
That's blood.
Uh-huh.
Okay. We'll start there, okay? But this is her house, this is her entrance, right? It looks familiar to you, right? Because you've been there before.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is the back of her car.
Yeah.
Because see this little piece
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
That would be along here, or down
No,
the side.
down here.
Right. See that?
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
that?
That's blood.
That's blood. Okay.
I'm
and-
assuming.
Yeah, so am I, right?
Yeah.
But from my standpoint, between that at the front of the car and this at the back of the car, that's what I would refer to as a significant amount of blood.
Foul play.
Yeah, foul play.
Indicating foul play.
Absolutely right. Because that's not a cut finger.
No, no.
That's not a stub toe.
No.
That's significant. Okay. There's a lot of things I can read into when I look at that. Okay. So when I see those things, then you look at that picture. So you obviously know that that picture is along here now, right?
Which one?
See this picture here? Right?
This,
where is that in relation to this?
This picture here is there.
Exactly. Okay. See her keys? See an earring.
I'll take your word for it.
Yep.
You know,
Okay.
they took my glasses away from me.
Okay. Well, right here is her car key, her house key, and right here is an earring.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a sign of a struggle. You can see how everything's kind of tossed up, and there's the edging of the blood right there. Right?
Yeah.
Now, that's not normal. We know she didn't go in the house. We know her things are lying there. Okay? There's another picture which is along the edge here.
Yeah.
That's her glasses, laying on the ground. It indicates a sign of a struggle.
Oh yeah.
Tells us that there was a struggle there.
Yeah.
Okay? And we've got the blood
Did you see her glasses are here?
right there.
That's her glasses.
That's her glasses right there. Okay. So that indicates to me a sign of a struggle.
Yeah.
Plus we've got the bleeding at the front of the car, we've got the bleeding at the back of the car,
Yeah.
and it's right at the entrance where she would be getting into her door.
Yeah.
How do I know that this day is the day she went missing? The 12th of November, which is a Wednesday, she was working. And she was working at Walmart.
Yeah.
So we've already verified that she worked her shift that day,
Mm-hmm.
and we verified what time she ended her shift and went home. So we know that she was alive all day. People spoke to her, people saw her,
Mhm.
people interacted with her, and people watched her leave work. Okay? So we know she left, and we presume, because her car's in the driveway, she eventually went home.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how we know this day, because on the next day, the 13th, she didn't show up for work. Number one, which is unusual for her. Right? She didn't go to work on the 13th. So that caused people some concerns. Family members didn't hear from her. Nobody could locate her. And this is what people found when they went to her house.
Mm-hmm.
So when you put, she goes to work, she leaves work, she heads home. People see this, police arrive and see this. We have evidence of blood. She doesn't go to work the next day. And from this day forward, she's never been seen or heard from again. So we can conclusively say that sometime during the evening hours of the 12th or into the early morning hours of the 13th,
Yeah.
something happened to her,
Mhm.
and that's when she went missing. So that's how we know for that part of it. Make sense? You understand, like, investigatively wise, how we're looking at it, right? So some of the things we're looking at is this. I know that there was a struggle here. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the blood tells me that. The glasses, the keys, and the earring tell me there's a struggle there. This is one of the things that we're now doing, and it started today. Do you remember when 9/11 happened in the United States?
Uh-huh.
The Twin Towers got
Uh-huh.
the terrorism,
Mhm.
okay? Ever since that day, the United States Department of Homeland Security, NASA, the American military, invested billions of dollars into satellite imagery.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason they did that was to try and prevent the attack of, terrorist activities in the future. Because one of the questions they had was, how could we not see this coming? How could we not see a rogue plane coming? All these different things. As in anything, a lot of things that we do in the world are reactive to tragedies. So they enhanced billions of dollars into satellite imagery. And so what these satellites do now, they're orbiting 24/7 and they're snapping pictures
Mhm.
all the time. We have realized that law enforcement, police, only certain agencies have access to it. We can access those satellite imageries by contacting the Department of Homeland Security in the United States. And we have to have what we call a criteria offense. So it has to be serious. treason, homicides, or attempt homicides. They won't look at it for anything else, okay? We also have to be very specific and give them either an address, and if we have an address, obviously we can give them latitude and longitudinal coordinates. You're a smart man, you understand what latitude and longitude is? Okay.
You know, MNR was using that years ago.
Absolutely, right? So that's why you would know about it.
To measure trees and forests and the makeup of the forest and the age of the trees and the health of the trees.
Even today with GPS and plotting and GPS coordinates still go right to latitude and longitudinal coordinates, because even in aviation, right, they still have to be able to fly over and find that spot on the Earth, because latitude and longitude stays consistent the world over. That spot will always be there, right? Started today. The request has gone into the Department of Homeland Security, okay? We've provided them an address, and we've provided them with the latitude and the longitudinal coordinates for her house. We know a struggle happened here on this driveway. Something happened, okay? When we put the request in, what happens now is they punch those coordinates into the database, access the satellite that was over the Earth at that point in time, and download the images, okay? They download the images are forwarded to us. We know when she left work. So now we have kind of a starting point to say, I don't need to see everything on the 12th. I just need to see from, say, 7 o'clock in the evening on. So give me from 7 o'clock in the evening all the way into the 13th the next day, right? I know in that time frame, I will capture this struggle on the driveway, okay? The request has gone in. It's going to take time for me to get those pictures back, because it's a massive database, and the request has gone into the Department of Homeland Security. They will download the images, they will send them to us. And when that happens, I will then have an opportunity to have an investigator sit and go through the images. These images that come in are phenomenal because they're military grade. Okay, it's based on NASA premises, and so, like, I've had success in other cases where I've been able to focus down in on the make and model of a car. The quality is that good. Okay, that's one thing that's happening right now. Okay, the other thing that's happening right now since we're here is I've been to her house. I know where it's located. Okay, and one of the things I know is that when I go to her house...
These are good pictures, by the way.
They're not bad, eh?
Yeah, very good.
They're very good. The quality of pictures that are going to come in off that satellite will make those look like child's play. It's incredible what you're going to get. It's incredible what we can see.
The interrogator is deliberately acting this way to make Watson feel boxed in, and he's aiming to eventually obtain a confession and hopefully locating the body. As the evidence is circumstantial, a confession would be an important step to prosecuting Watson.
Do you think I could ask you for another cigarette?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get you another cigarette. There's a street view of where she lives. Okay? Where's her house on there?
I wish they hadn't taken my glasses.
I can assist you if you can't see.
Anyway. Her house would be round about where this green thing is.
What road does she live on? Bennisford?
Bennisford.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's Bennisford right there.
This is River Road and Bennisford Road. That's a very bad corner, by the way.
I know, I was there. Doesn't
Very
look like a
bad
good corner. Thank you. So here's the thing. I went to her house. I stood in her driveway. I looked around. What do you think I saw?
No idea.
Big cemetery over here.
Oh yeah.
Highland Park. Massive. Big gates.
Yeah. We
Like,
used to
beautiful.
go walking. You consider it to be fruit of the poison tree.
It's possible, but I still have to look at it because it's a murder, right? It's possible. Absolutely.
Anyway.
But is there any reason you can think
No
of
matter.
when we download that data?
No, I've got no answers for you at all.
Okay, but that's why I have to ask the questions,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Is there any reason you can think of why that data is going to show your car there?
Any questions? Okay.
Well, then I just want you to understand what we're working on
Yeah.
and what we're doing, okay? So you're aware of what's going on. Because I think it's important for you to know.
Yeah.
I think it's important for you to understand what we're working on as investigators. I think you have every right to know that. You're the one sitting here under arrest. Make sense?
I still don't know why they don't just let me go home and stay at home where I would be comfortable. Because I'm certainly not going to be going anywhere or doing anything.
Right. You recognize that?
Yeah, that's my car.
That's your car. Okay. And that's your carport?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was that a picture of?
Looks like an exhaust tailpipe.
Yeah, and it's actually this one over here. I just want to show you. It's this one. Okay. So this is a close-up of this exhaust pipe. So the way that vehicle's facing right now, that would be the driver's side.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you agree that's your car? That's your carport?
Yep.
Okay. So this is this blowing up. Do you see that?
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
It's blood. This is back here on your tailgate. It's a close-up, okay, on the tailgate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's blood. This, it's kind of dark, but it's what we call the pillars.
Yeah.
So this is the driver door, passenger door. On the passenger side, there's blood there.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I've done is, that's blood, and that's blood on your car. Whose blood do you think that is?
No idea. But I told the police right at the beginning, right on the day they took me away on Thursday, I told them if they wanted blood, I would give them blood.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they could compare it to this blood.
Is there any, like, is it logical? Would that be your blood? Have you cut yourself?
Yeah, I cut myself here.
Okay, and how'd you do that?
I did it with a chisel.
A chisel?
Yeah.
Okay, what?
And I explained all this to Dan LeMay.
Okay.
I even showed him what I was working on when it happened, and showed him how it happened and everything else. He actually helped me.
Did he? Okay. Now, after you cut your hand, did you touch your car?
I must have.
Okay. No, and that's why I'm asking, right? Because I mean that would bleed pretty good, and you're right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
So it would make sense that you would open doors with your right hand, things like that, right?
I can only assume that this blood got on the car, but I'm assuming that.
That would make sense, right?
It's the only thing I can think of.
Is there any reason you could think of why that would be?
I don't know.
Her blood. Lise's blood.
I have no idea.
It's her blood.
Oh, it's her blood.
It is.
Oh, yeah. Well, it looks to me like you get everything wrapped up.
You're a very logical man. You're a very smart man.
I'm not a very smart man at all.
You are.
Quite sure if you tested my intelligence, it would be, at best, it would be average.
Well, what I mean by that is this. You are a very logical person. And so I don't want to sit here, and play any type of games with you. I want you to understand why you're here, because I think you deserve to be treated with respect and courtesy, just the same way you've treated me here today, which I appreciate. I'm telling you right now that that's her blood on your car, okay? But I'm also prepared to back it up because you're such a smart man. That's the report from the Center of Forensic Sciences that you may have a look at and read, which is not my opinion. It is their opinion that they have done the scientific tests and they have verified the fact that it's her blood on your car. And you can read through that, take your time. Or I can read it to you. Would you like me to read it to you?
I don't have my glasses.
Want me to get them for you?
No, I don't need to read that. I'll take your word for it.
That's her blood on your car.
Okay.
Okay. So I just want you to be aware of that. The thing is, you're a grown man. You can speak for yourself. Number one. Okay. I know you love her. Period. That is not a doubt in my mind. I know you love her.
Well, if you're quite sure she's dead, then it's the past tense.
You know she's dead. You know she's gone. You and I don't need to play a word game back and forth.
I'm not playing. I'm just telling you I don't want to speak to you. That's all. Because the lawyer told me not to speak to you.
And I'm telling you I don't have an issue with that. However, I'm simply reminding you that you can speak for yourself. You've made that quite clear here today that you're very capable of talking. You're a very eloquent, very intelligent man. And you can also speak for yourself. You can also realize that the situation that you find yourself in, where you're at now, is you're at the point of no return. You've been arrested for murder. I've shared with you some of the evidence. There's a lot more that's still going on.
Yeah.
Okay. None of this is
So
really...
I don't know why you would even bother talking to me.
Because I would like her body back. That's why. You know that. That's logical. Okay? That's logical. Because you know what? And it's not for me because I don't have a personal attachment to her. But you know what? There's her daughter. There's all her family.
I know. I know.
And you know what? Does somebody else need to eventually find those remains? Does a child need to stumble across them? Whatever the situation may be. I would like her body back. And that's where we're at. As far as the murder goes and the who did it, I'm good. Okay? The why is the question that everybody has. And from a family perspective and a community perspective, they would like to see some dignity come to, you know, regardless of whether she had personality flaws and she wasn't always the nicest person in the world to you and she maybe didn't always treat you 100% fairly.
Oh, no.
Make no mistake.
No. We had no problems.
No, but I mean, you talked about the fact that she had a temper and with that would come violence.
Lots of people have a temper.
Absolutely. I agree. And I look at this case, I don't believe for one moment that you planned all this. I actually think...
And just in case, I don't want you to have the wrong idea. I'm not trying to tell you that she was some kind of ogre. She was not.
Oh, I never took that.
She was a wonderful person. And 99% of the time we go on just perfectly.
I agree. And we all have...
she's not an ogre in any way, shape or form.
Okay.
So she blew her top occasionally. It's not the end of the world.
So then she deserves better than where she is right now.
Oh.
You know that and I know that. Okay? She deserves better than where she is right now. And let's bring her home.
Do you think you would be able to get me a mattress and a pillow or something for that cell?
Yeah, I mentioned that to you earlier, that yes, when I spoke to you earlier at the cells, I indicated to you that when you go back in there, yeah, I'll get you looked after.
It's awful uncomfortable the way it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't think there's any chance of me going home and staying at home? No. Oh well.
Let's bring her home.
Anyway, it's nice talking to you. And no doubt you'll be wanting to talk to me again.
We're not done right now.
Oh, we're not done now then.
No.
Well, I just told you I don't want to answer any more questions. That's all.
That's fine. You can listen. I'm allowed to talk,
Oh, sure.
right?
Sure.
But the thing is, you need to understand the big picture of where everybody's coming from now.
Well, you've explained it very well.
Right.
The whole thing's wrapped up.
Well, except for the fact that, do you think that the lady that you loved, like really, her family, everybody that's a nice person that you spoke of, they would like to see her back. In whatever form she's in, they would like to see her back. You know that. Okay, and I think that's fair request on their part. You know that, and I know that. Okay? I don't think I'm sitting here with a bad guy. I don't think I'm sitting here with any type of a monster. I actually think...
Have you checked my record?
Yeah, you don't have one. You don't have one. You loved this lady. I think as you sit here, you still love her, even though it's in the past tense. You're not a violent fellow. You're not a violent person. You're actually a very peaceable person. That I know, okay? This was not planned. This was not premeditated. This was not all mapped out to the nth degree, okay?
Well,
But the fact is, it happened.
Why is it first-degree murder if it wasn't planned?
Why is it first-degree murder if it wasn't planned?
The charge,
Right.
first-degree murder. If it wasn't planned, why would it be first-degree murder?
Because right now, since we don't have her remains back yet, there's evidence that could be on the remains that would constitute a first-degree murder charge.
Oh.
The other thing is, in the court systems, they can always lower the levels of homicide. It's hard to go back up. If we've all done things that we regret, you're in a position where, like I said, you now have an opportunity to say, Scott, this is what happened. If you have remorse, if you feel bad, if you feel guilty,
Yeah.
you have an opportunity.
Yeah, but the lawyer told me not to speak to you.
And that is fair, but you can also speak to yourself.
Yeah, but why would I have a lawyer to advise me and then ignore what he advises? That would be kind of stupid, wouldn't it?
No, I can't comment on that at all because people can make up their own mind. You indicated earlier, what if the lawyer wasn't smart enough to do what you wanted him to do? Those were your words earlier. What if he didn't know to object? What if he didn't know what he was doing?
Yeah.
So you're a very smart man to know that you can also
And you
speak
know
for
you're-
yourself. Maybe you came home and found her in the driveway because somebody else knocked her out and you panicked and you thought, I need to get rid of the remains. Whatever spin you want to put on it, let's go get her.
Maybe it was a home invasion.
Maybe. But
But nobody ever...
did they use your car?
Nobody... I don't know.
Did your car go missing?
I don't...
Did you lend it to anybody?
Not that I know of, but somebody could have stolen it.
Did anybody steal your car?
I don't know. I'm sitting in the house all the time. I don't know what's going on. I do know my car's been ransacked in the past.
Has it? Okay. When's the last time it was ransacked?
Oh, that was quite a while ago. And they took, I keep a spare pack of cigarettes in a glove box. They took the cigarettes. And I had a little dish of coins that I keep for, if you have to pay on the toll road, you have coins handy. Or if I'm parking somewhere and I need coins for a parking meter. And there was about $25 of coins in that. And they took that.
Yeah.
But fortunately, they didn't do any damage.
That's good. Yeah. Do you think it's possible somebody took your car?
I have no idea.
I'm just asking. what
I
you think.
told you, I sit in the house reading it all the time.
But we have a witness that says you left that
Okay,
night.
okay. Good for you. You've got it all wrapped up. Why do you keep going on?
Because I would like to bring Lise
Well,
back to her
bring
family.
her back or whatever. Do whatever you like. Just don't involve me. The lawyer told me not to even talk to you. I should have been talking to you all this time.
You know that you're involved, so how can I step back and not involve you? You're a logical man, you know that. Okay? That's the one thing that you're conflicted with right now is the fact that you are so logical and you are so...
I'm not conflicted at all.
Then I've underestimated you.
The only thing that's bothering me is these conditions that I'm under.
Do you understand you're under arrest for murder?
I understand
You
that.
understand-
Do you understand these conditions?
You're in a jail cell.
Eh?
You're in a jail cell.
These are terrible conditions, for God's sake. For somebody who supposedly is innocent, has not been convicted of any crime,
That's right.
to have to put up with these conditions is just abominable.
Right.
But the police don't care. They're not living in these conditions.
Well, How is it that they don't care?
Obviously, if they cared, the conditions would be better than they are.
What would you like in the cell? What would be better for you?
Forget it. Just forget it, okay? I just think that the conditions are very, very bad here, that's all. Different if I was convicted, then the conditions, I don't deserve good conditions. But I'm not convicted of any crime.
I don't feel that somebody who's been convicted deserves deplorable or bad conditions. We still have a right to provide people with living conditions, even in custody.
Well,
But we could banter on that all day. I didn't build the building. I have nothing to do with it.
I know that.
Okay. But the
this
fact
is the
is,
thing with the police, nobody's ever responsible. There's so many that they get, everything gets scattered all around and nobody's responsible. Nobody can tell you this, nobody can answer your questions or anything else.
well then let's talk about, responsibility. Who's responsible
I'm
for
finished
this?
talking to you. Can you not understand that? I don't want to talk to you anymore. Period. End of discussion. What could be simpler?
I believe you're afraid right now. and
Afraid?
Yeah.
What am I afraid of?
The future? Jail? That's normal. I would be too. That's normal for anybody. I think, my goodness, if I was sitting where you were, that is exactly how I would feel. Period. That's human nature. I get it. I'm not obtuse to that. That's normal. That makes sense. Lives change. Futures change. Everything changes. I get that. So I can say honestly that if I was in the same situation, you're darn right I would be afraid. You're darn right I would be concerned. I know that. That's, I may try and put on a show or I may try and act like I'm okay. I know deep down I'd be scared to death. Absolutely. Okay? I get it. The premise of all this right now is your future changes from this point forward, and you know that.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that too. I'm not pretending this is something that is not. Okay? But I don't believe that you're cold. I don't believe you're this cold, laissez-faire individual. Not at all. Okay? I don't. I think, we refer to these. I've seen them time and time again. Did you love this lady? Yes. That's why you were watching her. That's why you were following her. That's why you knew her activities and her actions. I know that. The breakup, the fact that you two were no longer together, broke your heart. And I know that. It's very, very difficult when we're dealing with matters of the heart and emotions. It brings things out in us sometimes that we didn't even know we had in us, that we've never felt before. None of us are immune from that. None of us, okay? I know you were following her. I know you were watching her. I've seen the letters that you wrote her. And obviously you're paying attention to her because some of the things that you wrote in the letters, you obviously had to be watching what she was doing and who she was with. It hurts. You gave her everything of yourself in that relationship to her. You put yourself out there. You loved this lady. As you said yourself earlier, there isn't really anything you wouldn't do for her except for the Quebec trip that, is the one time you pushed back even a little bit, saying you weren't comfortable doing something. Okay? That's called unconditional love. That's called knowing that I love this lady and there's nothing I wouldn't do for her. When she pushes back and doesn't want to be with you anymore, that hurts. That really hurts, especially when you didn't have an affair on her, you didn't hit her, you didn't beat her, you didn't do anything wrong to her. That makes it even worse.
She didn't walk away from me, I walked away from her. Both occasions.
But it was because of the way she carried on over, like you said, silly, trivial things that didn't make any sense. It's like she was pushing you away.
I'm just correcting you. You said that she dumped me. She didn't dump me. I dumped her.
Then I stand corrected. You dumped her. But the fact is, it doesn't take away the fact that you still loved her. And you were still watching her. And I know that. Okay? And it's hard sometimes to let go. And it's hard to think that she's just moved on and with the appearance that maybe what you two had wasn't real, wasn't significant, the way she was perhaps carrying on with other people, which hurts. Absolutely it hurts. Everybody in life has been through something like that at some point in time. Okay?
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
But that's why I don't believe that you're this cold person, this callous individual. I don't believe that. I don't believe that's you at all. Because you know what? Everybody describes you actually differently than that.
Well, I don't know who told me I was cold. I don't think I'm a cold person.
No, I didn't say that anybody said you were cold. It's where we're at here today, in the sense that, you know what? I don't for one moment pretend that this is easy for you. I don't for one moment think that, this is easy and that this is stress-free. This is one of probably the most stressful days in your life. This is not fun. I get it. You are under arrest. The allegations are murder. And I've sat here and presented to you evidence to show you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not fun. I know that. Okay? And if I was sitting where you are, I understand that. It's like everything is mounting. Everything is building. And it's your jeopardy. Okay?
I think you've already got enough. I don't know why you're even talking to me.
But that's why you're under arrest, because there's more than enough.
What?
So when you asked earlier, I don't even know, Scott, why I'm under arrest. I don't know why I'm here. I answered your question for you because you deserved that. You deserved to know.
I know why I'm here.
Right.
There's no question about that. I know exactly why I'm here. I've been charged with murder and...
But I've shown you the why. We can't just go out and arbitrarily arrest people without grounds. We have to have grounds.
Yeah.
And grounds mean we have evidence. Because for us to lay charges and bring it forward to a court, we can't just do it because, well, we think he did it and let's see what happens.
Yeah.
There needs to be substance to that.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some of the substance.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I shared it with you. Okay? So like I said, you coming in here today, you sitting with me here today, is not the who did it. Okay? I'm explaining to you why we have that part all figured out. Here's the evidence. I followed the evidence. I'm sitting with the person that I need to be sitting with. I'm satisfied with that. Okay? The big question that people have, and it's two things, is the why. Okay? Because everybody always wants to know why these things happen. Everybody always paints them out to be something big and sinister and planned out and evil. And it's my experience that more often than not, it's not that at all. It's something that starts off very innocent and then things go south in a hurry. Okay? And then people react to it. I get that.
Do you by any chance have a business card you could give me?
Yeah, when we're all done, I will absolutely give you a business card.
Thank you.
Okay?
I would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I speak to so many policemen over the last week, dozens.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem.
And all the names just...
I'll make sure it's with your property. Okay? But other than the why did it happen, okay, the family is sitting in this building right now, and it's the where is she.
Oh, they're in this building?
They're in this building.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and it's the where is she. That's the only question they have. They don't care about the why. They don't care about the circumstances. They're not judging. They're not, okay? They just want their mom back. They want their grandma back.
Yeah, they're a nice family.
They are.
Yeah.
And so I think they deserve
And
that.
I got on very well with them.
And that's what they said too. Yeah, I honestly believe they are a very nice family.
Yeah.
Okay? But they want mom back. They want grandma back. Okay? So let's go get her. You and I can go
I'm
get
not
her.
going anywhere except back to myself, where hopefully I'll get a pillow and a mattress and maybe even a blanket. Because that is an awful uncomfortable place. What I really would like is for you to let me go home.
You know that's not going to happen. I already explained that to
And
you.
I can guarantee you that I will not leave my house. I will not step over the door.
That's out of my control.
Okay.
Like I said, that's up to the courts. We put the person before the courts, and it's up to the courts to decide where the person goes.
So will you be at this video thing tomorrow? No? I thought you were in charge of this case.
Yeah, but I don't need to be in the video court portion, because that's just a hearing to remand you into custody. That's all it is.
So tomorrow morning they'll decide whether I'm going to stay here or not.
Tomorrow morning will be probably a video to remand you into custody, and then you'll get a formal bail hearing probably on Monday or Tuesday. Okay, because it's a weekend. Tomorrow's Sunday.
So I'll be here at least until Tuesday.
No, I explained this to you earlier. You'll be here today, you'll be here tonight. My guess is after tomorrow and the video remand, you'll be transferred to a jail.
Ah.
And then from the jail, they'll take you to the court.
Ah.
Okay?
And the jail will be in Lindsay.
Well, as we discussed earlier, I'll find out exactly which jail. But that would make sense, yeah?
Okay, are we done here?
No.
Well, could you at least get me my cigarettes? I feel very guilty smoking your cigarettes, especially since you don't smoke.
You don't need to feel guilty about that.
Could you not give me my cigarettes?
Your cigarettes are lodged in property. I have cigarettes. I've given you cigarettes. So you don't need to feel guilty about any of that. You don't need to worry about it. But you don't have to. Okay? You don't have to feel guilty about smoking a cigarette. Okay? Do you have questions for me?
No, no. I think you've got everything wrapped up.
So what are your thoughts on all that?
Hmm?
I said, what are your thoughts on all that? I'm sitting here showing you how I
I
believe
think you've been doing very well. Yeah, very well.
But I'm accusing you of taking her life. You're okay with that?
Do I have any choice?
Absolutely, you have a choice. You can say whatever you want to me. If you don't agree with it, if you don't like it, you absolutely have a choice.
No, I don't have a choice. You charged me with murder. You charged me with murder, and that's it.
But it's not without evidence.
I'm not talking about evidence. I'm saying that the position I'm in, I have no choice.
Well,
I'm just a pawn here.
you're just a pawn.
That you're playing with.
What do you mean by that?
I told you I don't want to talk to you. How many times do I have to tell you that? I keep telling you over and over again I don't want to talk to you or answer your questions or anything else.
But you know you can answer anything you want. You can say anything you want. You're a grown man.
I'm not going to say anything I want. I'm not going to talk to you. I would like to go back to myself.
And you will, absolutely.
When?
When we're done.
And when will we be done?
Don't know yet.
Are you going to stay here till midnight?
I don't know yet.
You'd give me my cigarettes out of that locker, and then I wouldn't need to smoke your cigarettes.
And I already told you, you don't need to worry about smoking my cigarettes. It's not an issue.
I do worry. It's a big issue for me.
But it doesn't have to be.
I'm not a moocher.
I didn't say you were. If I thought you were, I wouldn't give you a cigarette. You think you're the only person I've ever dealt with that smokes?
You kidding? You must have dealt with lots of people that smoke.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not worried about people smoking cigarettes. I get it. Okay? Any guilt you feel about cigarettes is your own. It's not from me. Right?
I think basically I'm a giver rather than a taker. So I don't like taking. It makes me feel guilty. I can't help it. That's the way I'm made.
You find yourself in a situation, though, where you're going to have to take. Because this is a murder investigation, right?
Of course. You think I'm dense?
No, but you're sitting here laughing like it's
Well, it
laissez-faire.
seems to be a silly thing to say. That's why I laughed at it. Not only have you told me that a dozen times that it's murder, I've got the papers out in that locker room that tells me I'm charged with murder.
It doesn't bother you?
So, it's beyond my control completely.
I disagree.
What is it? How is it going to bother me? There's nothing I can do about it. If there's something that's completely beyond your control, you might as well just forget it.
But it's completely within your control.
It's not within my control
Sure it
at
is.
all. That's been made very, very obvious to me too, that it's not within my control.
The very fact that you're sitting here was as a result of your own actions. So it's always within your control. There's nobody else responsible for this.
Well, there you go.
So it's completely within your control.
What's happening now is not within my control. What's happening now is completely out with my control. You can't even get my bloody cigarettes, for goodness sake.
And yet you've been provided with cigarettes, so you've not been deprived.
Yeah, I know. You've got everything there. You shouldn't care how it looks either. You've got this well wrapped up.
So I do care.
Yeah, that's okay. That's good. That's nice.
You don't?
I don't want to talk to you.
You don't care?
I do not want to talk to you.
Do you care about them?
I do not want to talk to you.
In 2017, Andrew Watson was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to 25 years without the possibility of parole for the murder of Lese Fredette in November 2014. In July 2022, while being held at Millhaven Institution's Regional Treatment Center, he died at the age of 84 from natural causes. He never said where he left the body, and to this day, it still hasn't been found.